Hello and good afternoon. Have you been wondering how to bring about equality? Have you been wondering how to bring about unity? Have you been saying to yourself, migrants and immigrants, we are empowered? Well, so many people, not just here in the United States, but all around the world have been saying the same thing. And I have the amazing pleasure to be a part of a dynamic event that's coming your way this weekend. And it's called Migrants Empowered presents the second annual and Immigrant Experience Summit and Banquet. And guess what? I've got the CEO of the corporation right here on the Lotus Riche Ignite Show, along with the dynamic, super powerful, impactful mayor of Glenarden, Mayor Cross herself. But I shouldn't have to tell you about it. I shouldn't have to make you figure it out. Let's get into the show, and we're going to tell you all about it. Tag a friend and tell them to come on in, because it's time to ignite and take flight in the business area of your life. Welcome to the Lotus Riche Ignite Show. It's time to get ignited. Let's go. All right. Welcome. For those of you that's just joining us, I know you're super excited. You see that smiling face on that camera right there? Yeah, I want to give you a minute to see these lovely ladies. But before we get started, go ahead, get your phones, get your iPads, tag a friend, and tell them to come on in. Come on in. Get it where you fit in. Why? Because I always got room around my table for you as we are talking about Migrants Empowered this weekend. It is going on. It's not going down, baby. It's going up in the MD, and it's a place near you. So make sure you're in the house. So with no further ado, I want to introduce you to my amazing guest. The amazing Mrs. Candace Boykins is in the house, and I did say Mrs., but she isn't Mrs., but she is taken. So don't try to take her on my show, because I don't want no problem. I don't want, what the young people say, I don't want no smoke. And the amazing mayor of Glenarden here, she is here, Mayor Cross. Let's go. Welcome to the Lotus Riche Ignite Show.
Ambassador Mayor Dr. Cashenna A. Cross, HC Mayor of City of Glenarden, Maryland, 5-time combat war veteran. Candace Boykins, President, CEO of C&J Migrant Solutions.
Oh, I just love that music, and they are in the house. Miss Candace Boykins is in the house. How are you doing, Candace?
I am good. Thank you for having me.
Well, let me tell you this. You are doing such an amazing job making sure people who are migrants and immigrants, okay, feel the love, feel important, and know that somebody out there is working to help them get to where they need to be. And you know what's so amazing? This weekend, during the summit and the banquet, we're going to be able to let them see it firsthand. I know this is your second annual event. So let's get right into it. And I see Mayor Cross is coming in. She'll be popping on in a second. But until then, let's talk to us. Miss Candace, tell us how this amazing event got started. There she is. There's Mayor Cross. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're super duper happy to have you here. And we were just chatting about the event tomorrow. So we're going to get right into it. So, Candace, talk to us. Tell us about this amazing event.
So this event is about an immigrant experience when it comes to our migrants. It's named an immigrant experience for the reasons such as when it comes to migrants, you can only know about their experience when they tell you themselves, right? It's not just about documentation, right? It's about the experience. It's about their life. It's about their journey. So it's named an immigrant experience for the purpose of sharing their experience with others. So that is the focus of this event. The focus is also about unity, because at a time as this, we need unity in our country. We need to start coming together as one people. Dr. Riche, you yourself will be our main speaker, speaking on the movement of one. Mayor Cross, one of our biggest supporter, always talking and fighting about coming together with our community and how we need to share and build our community and unify our people. So this is so fitting, and having you guys supporting us is so fitting to the organization, and we really appreciate it.
You know, I want to thank you for sharing what you said. And I'm so excited to be a part of this movement of one. And I don't want to give away too much, but y'all got to be there to hear what I'm going to say. And Dr. Cross, you are leading with boots on the ground. Now, we know you are a wartime veteran. You are a person who not only showed women, but you also taught men in the military how to have the right zeal to protect the very freedoms that so many people have every day and sleep comfortably in their beds. But you lead from the deck plates. So I want to welcome you to the show and talk to us. How are you doing today? I know you're out there. I think you're on the campaign trail right now.
Well, hello, Dr. Riche, and also to Ms. Boykins. Thank you so much. And as always, we are in continual support of your movement. As we look at the immigrant story, we are all, for the most part, immigrants on this phone right now. And the growth strategy that must happen across not only Glenarden, Prince George's County, but the state of Maryland, and even globally, we must look at the dynamics of people, and when we all come together, how rich and valuable our story is. It becomes more rich and valuable like a good country cake. You can make a pound cake without sugar, but it's not quite as good. You can make it without vanilla, but it's not quite as tasty. So the thing about America and the story that is America is the huddled masses yearning to be free. You're absolutely right. We're on the campaign trail. As always, my motto is moving the mission forward. I am happy to report that over the 4 years, we've moved the mission forward in key witness status on over 50 bipartisan legislative bills in Annapolis signed by the governor. The latest one will speak to our inclusion of our hidden disability community, and that is labeled Eric's ID law. And let me just say that I am honored to also have supported safe streets, increase in our roadways and our senior services, veteran services. And I'm going to tell you something else. Our migrant services, we've been working hard trying to make sure that equity and balance exist on the ground. So yes, May 5th is the election. Mayor Cashenna A. Cross, we're running city council at large, legislator in my future, I pray.
Yes.
All right. I absolutely love that. So I want to ask you this, Miss Candace, with all that you do, and you do so much for so many, what is one of the big takeaways that you want people to experience from this upcoming event, this summit and this banquet?
The biggest takeaway is I think I'm going to take something from Mayor Cross that she always say is, you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Exactly.
You have to talk to your brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Cross always have these events surrounding getting together, right? Until we start getting together and talking to each other is the only way that we can fill each other need. It's the only way that we can help, right? It's the only way that I don't judge you just
Mm-hmm.
based
Mm-hmm.
on what I hear, right?
Right.
Or what someone might tell me about you, but
Mm-hmm.
by the experience that I have meeting you
Mm-hmm.
and getting to know you, right?
Exactly
So
right.
from this experience, from this summit is where I want people to take away getting to know each other, right? Start building relationships to where, once again, we can now form and reform and rebuild our community. Because,
I love
like Mayor Cross just said, you know, I need to go to my neighbor for a cup of sugar. I can't make my cake if I don't have sugar,
Mhm.
right? So I'm gonna need my brothers and sisters.
And you know, as far as community readiness, you said a mouthful there. In community, safety is the key priority. That's what makes any and everybody want to live in the neighborhood that they live. Make it unsafe and watch people leave in groves. Of the community and acceptance of all mankind, service to all mankind, is that you build not only health equity, mental health equity, but you build safety and infrastructure and community healthy. You know, a healthy community is one that thinks, breathes, and moves together. And this is what local legislators and local mayors all are trying their best to do, is to make us remember the golden rule. We learned it in kindergarten. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Yep.
Everyone wants to be respected, but no one wants to be held accountable for the disrespect. This is where we have to grow up, all right? As my mama say, you grown, act grown. And as being grown, be responsible, be accountable, be educated in what life lessons you have learned, and exercise in what you know is the right thing to do. Because you know how you know? Because you wouldn't want somebody doing it to you.
Preach.
Exactly. I love that. And I love the message that your mom shared. A healthy community thinks, breathes, and I think you said speaks together. And that is really important because I think in so many ways we've lost in various neighborhoods, because this isn't true of all neighborhoods. A lot of the older neighborhoods, they're still speaking, they're still talking, they're still having block parties and doing things to integrate the neighbors and become familiar. And so I love the idea that you were saying what your mama said, right? A healthy community thinks, breathes, and speaks together.
Absolutely. And now let me give you some insight into my mom and my father. They were Rural Area Development Council members. So technically in the farming lifestyle, they were legislators. They would go to the city, and they would go to the county, and they would even go to the state if necessary, because the livelihood of the agricultural America story was making sure that the tractors can get to the farms. And
Right.
if things were broken down, then they had a council. A council was built out of neighbors who met at a little cinder block building. See, we need to go back to the old landmark. We got too rich and we got too independent. This is the strength of our story, from Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers. All of those coming forward have now taught us, even Gandhi has taught us, that a community that builds and drives together will always rise to as the cream of the crop. And it's not something that takes something from any one part of the community. Everybody's equally respected and everybody's equally needed, because we all bring something unique to the table.
And so let's go there, because you said everyone is equally needed, and there's an equity in all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So Candace, I wanna ask you this. When you hear that and you think about what it is that you're doing with your event every year, why is that so important that people understand that they have this type of value?
Exactly for that purpose. Everyone is needed. We all have value. Migrants here all have value. I'm sure Dr. Cross can pull up the data of how many migrants right now live in the area of Glenarden, right? I live here between Lanham and the Glenarden area, and I have a lot of migrants, including myself, that live in my community, right? And we all build and work within our community to build this infrastructure. So we do pay our taxes, we do have value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we do play our parts. So we do make up our community. So we have value, we bring value, right? We're not just sitting back and just wasting away. So we all are sharing with, within the prosperity of our community, because we make up our community.
And not only that, if I may say, and I want to share this and give credit to where credit is due, because there's a poll that came out recently, and it's USA Facts, and it says how many immigrants are in Maryland, migrants in 2023. Now we're this is from 2023.
Mm-hmm.
About 1.05 million. 1.05 million Maryland residents are there, and they were foreign born. 1 in 6 Maryland residents, it says right here, foreign born, right?
Mm-hmm.
The number of foreign born residents in Maryland grew from 842,000 in 2013 to 1.05 million in 2023. And so we haven't even gotten the statistic for 2025. So you can imagine what a wonderful melting pot of people in the Maryland area. And this is what makes it great. And this is what making America great is all about.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
and when we're talking about immigrants, we're talking about people with documents, right? We're not talking about illegal immigrants, right?
Exactly.
We're talking about documented immigrants. So either you are a citizen or you're LPR, which means that you are a permanent resident. You have a green card, right? So, most times, people say, oh, you're illegal immigrant. No, we have 1.6 million people that live here in Maryland, and we are immigrants. We are documented people, right? And one of the things too, Mayor Cross, is we need to tap into those people and letting them know that we need a vote.
Mm-hmm. And
we need to come out and vote. We have a voice too, right? We got to make changes.
Yep.
And that's a lot that we are not doing in our migrant community. We sit back, we relax, and then we complain. But we have a voice too. We need to be heard, and we have things that need to be changed.
Exactly. And one thing that I like that you shared the difference between immigrants, migrants, illegal, and documented. Okay. So a lot of people may say, well, what about the people that aren't documented? What are we doing to help them become documented? Because let's call a thing, as Mr. Malcolm talks about. Let's call a thing. How are we helping them to get their paperwork done, especially when we know so many people have been here 5, 10, 20 years, have helped to build our communities, go to work every day and work hard and raising not only their families, but raising communities here in the United States, helping to support other businesses in the communities, and not just in their own communities. When they take vacations, they're supporting places like Disneyland? How many of us go to Disneyland? How many of us go to the local grocer? How many go to the malls? How many go to the steakhouse? So they're not just existing here. They are helping companies thrive here.
You're darn right. And let me say this, because
Talk
Candace
to me
had,
about that, Mayor.
yeah, Candace had asked me about some numbers here. So it's
Yeah.
25.8% being foreign-born residents in the city of Glenarden. Now,
Okay.
that was of the 2020 census, okay? I'm sure when we hit 2030, it's going to be more, because in that time, Glenarden was roughly 80% African-American, okay? Which means you probably built your heritage out of Haiti, out of the islands, out of Nigeria, out of Sierra Leone, out of the Cameroon, very key places like that. And so now we have a growing population of Venezuelan, of Cuban, of, the Latin heritage. Roughly, they are about 36, 38% now. So that dropped the African American number down to like 62%. And the rest is made up of the Caucasian, the Asiatic cultures. So honestly, we are looking at a cultural shift in Prince George's County. With all of the development, of course, brings workers, and workers that mostly are construction and building and laborers, if you will. And this is bringing a dynamic that I think Ms. Boykins' team is going to have to also address, is the challenge when you have laborers moving to what was once, small town residential single family home environments. This has been something that the city across Prince George's have been dealing with, is multiple families living in one home. I think we always have talked about the American story. African Americans are the one family who really don't have a whole bunch. Mama might get to stay, but the rest of y'all got to find a hotel.
That's right. That's right.
But real quick, I just want to say that because I want to give you some historical migrants. Albert Einstein, from Germany to the United States, fleeing Nazi persecution. Okay. Sergey Brin, Russia to the United States, the co-founder of Google. Who don't love Google?
Yeah.
Right. And then I can continue to go on and on. Elizabeth Blackwell, England to the United States, the first woman to receive a medical degree in the United States. Okay, this is the works that, again, we are all better together. And the greatest sum of all of us is what we do when we bring our best selves to the table.
Yes, yes.
I concur. I concur.
I want to go back to addressing what Dr. Riche said, what we are doing for our illegal migrants, our illegal family members. So that is most of what the organization do, is we help our undocumented family members to get legal status here in the United States. And that can come through many different angles. So we have attorneys here that they can work with to find solution to get them legal status, whether it's a work permit, whether it's ways to get their green card, or, different ways to have them status here so that they're not deported, even if it's, now TPS is, no longer, they have put a halt on that protective status. But whatever ways that is legal by laws that they are qualified for, our attorneys will work with them to get them that solution. Because facts is, our illegal migrants are the ones that use cash. We use credit.
Right.
They're the one that really make up a lot of what is circulated within our community, because they don't have any other way, right? They can't go and borrow,
right?
They can't really get any, social service, right? They can't get medical, right? They have to use cash money to go see a doctor. So in order for them to have any benefit, they have to have some type of legal status. And that is one of the myth that really surrounds and plague our, migrant community, that, they take away this and they take away that. Unfortunately, that is not true, because if you're undocumented and you don't have any kind of legal status, you can get no service here in the United States, because you have to have a social security number to get any type of help. And if you don't have any social security number, you can't get anything at all.
Right. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that. And so, you know, you've been doing this work for over the past 10 years. Long nights, a lot of work that the average person probably wouldn't even try to do, because it is tedious work. So I'd like to invite our viewers to go to her website. You'll see it streaming down below, and connect. If you know someone who needs help filling out their paperwork, who needs to connect with an attorney, or who just needs to talk to Ms. Boykins herself, you need to go there and connect with her. Not only can she help you, she can help your family members, and she can also help those that you care about and love, who may be friends or fellow colleagues.
Yes. So we do have two websites. So we have the cjmigrants.com, and we do have our foundation.com. So we have the foundation. If you are unable to fully pay for an attorney, this is why the foundation exists, that we can help you with that as well, to come on and get some advice from our attorney. If you can't find an attorney on your own, we can help with that. So the foundation can provide other resources for you if you are not able to find those resources on your own.
I absolutely love it. And Miss Angie says, if you're not a native, most people migrated from another country at some point in one's family history. And that's one thing that we want to make very, very clear, is that a lot of us say, well, I'm an American. Mm-hmm. Yes, you live here in America. You may have been born here in America, but the original people are Indians that were here before Christopher Columbus ever came to the shore. Those are, for all purposes, you can go back in your history and do some work. Those are the original people. Many of us migrated here for a better opportunity. Some of us migrated here because that's my wife, and I'm not staying here. If my wife's going, that's my husband, and I'm not staying here. If my husband's going, that's my child, and I got to go. And so we came to these shores for better work, for better living, for a better life. And so I just want to take this time to look you in the face, to our worldwide audience, and say that we appreciate you. No matter what shore you're from, you have chosen to call this place your home. And as a result of that, you've made connections with people from all over the world that speak multiple different languages. And we want to invite you to this upcoming event that's taking place tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't have to tell you any more about it. Candace, talk to us about it. And then I want to hear from the mayor. Mayor, I want to know what they can expect to hear from you, because we know that you come with power and pizzazz, and we want to know what they can expect. Ladies?
So tomorrow is a full day, impactful event, I must say. We will start out with a panel discussion from different experts, professions in their area, talking about different immigration issues based on their experience. Once again, Immigrants Experience talking. Policies, immigration, we'll have attorneys there. So come on out, get valuable insight. If you have questions, there'll be presentation, and then we'll go to our banquet, where of course we'll have Dr. Riche, we'll have the mayor, we'll have other delegates and speakers there. We'll have performances. So it's a day of unity, I would like to think about tomorrow as a re-event of what, Bob Marley always spoken about, or what Marcus Garvey have intended about unity, and bringing our people and culture together and unifying our community. And that's what the day is about tomorrow.
Awesome. Fantastic. And I can't wait for it to happen. So, Mayor, what can the people expect to hear from you? Let me go right to it. Hold on a second.
Listen, there's only two words: unite and ignite. We must unite to ignite and reimagine tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, my prayer has always been that we can be the people that we all desire to be in our hearts. And that's the hardest part that people will ever have to do, is to really speak to what's in your heart. And your heart song speaks to be with people. There's no one, I don't believe, whose heart song speaks to be an independent and alone. That's why we find groups, we find our tribe, so to speak. So my final words would be that we need to unite to ignite the fire of change, which we are now looking at Ms. Boykins and her team to help deliver in this day and in this hour, when we are so desperately looking forward to moving the mission forward. We're not going back. We're going to keep moving forward. Thank you.
Yes.
Whew, I absolutely love it. I tried to tell you. Now you know. Like our comedian says, you're going to learn today. And so we have a little more learning we're doing. Miss Candace, take it away.
Foundation. We're here to welcome you to our second annual summit at the Crown Plaza here in Maryland on May 3rd. This is our second annual anniversary. Come on, celebrate with us. We'll have a panel discussion from 2 to 5 where we have our attorneys, community leaders discussing the current issue happening right now in the United States when it comes to immigration, know your rights, different things that we need to know as our migrant community. Afterwards, at 7 o'clock, we will start our banquet, our dinner, jazz music, dance, fun, celebrating culture. Come on out and join us. You can find tickets on our website, cjmigrantsfoundation.com. That is cjmigrantsfoundation.com, or visit us on any social media platform at CJ Migrants. May 3rd, 2025, Crown Plaza, an Immigrant Experience second anniversary. Come on out and join us. We'll see you there.
Magnificent. So we want
Hey everyone,
you check this out. Make sure you come and join us. Be a part of the movement of one, because we can't do it alone. It takes you. It takes people that you know, love, and care about. So with that being said, we know that we have a lot of women that are going to come out. We have a lot of men that are going to come out. Can you tell us a couple of the gentlemen and a couple of the women that will be joining us? I know that you all have seen some of the pictures, but Candace, talk to us.
So we have our panelists. We will have our board chair, Mr. Isaac Boateng. We'll have another chairman, Mr. Julio will be there. We will have another community representative of his organization, Elite Soccer Organization. We call him Coach Fofo. If anyone know Coach, you would know Coach Fofo. We have another superstar within our migrant community. He works with us. Teach our ESL classes. He speaks many language, Mr. Gene. And we also have Mr. Amos. He's a financial person. He's another migrant. We have our community service person, Ms. Githeret, and our behavioral health Dr. Victoria. And then, of course, our fabulous speaker for the summer, Dr. Brown, that will be joining us. So all these wonderful people that will be joining our summit at 2 to 5. So come on out. They are professionals. They are migrants. They are in their field. You're going to learn something that you never known before. So come on out and hear them. They'll be speaking on many different areas. We will have attorneys there. Attorney Yolanda will be there. Attorney Fatmata will be there. So you will have people versed in their areas and expertise when it comes to immigration, when it comes to policies, climate change, community service, different things that is going on within our community, within our migrant community, how you can help, and changes, right? We are bringing or shedding light in a time where there is not light, right? So we're bringing light in a time where there is darkness, and that's what we are trying to represent in this time.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And I encourage you, and I just support you in your endeavor to go right here and check it out. This is the website. Go to the home page, check out the services, check out the Black affairs, the partnerships, the mentorships, the news, and finally, make sure you get involved and know your rights. And so with no further ado, I want to say thanks to all of you. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the summit and banquet. So I'd like to give the final words of wisdom over to my two guests. Mayor Cross, we know that you're in the car, you're on the campaign trail, but you made it here today. So we're going to let you go first. Please and thank you for your final words of wisdom for the broadcast today.
We're asking everyone to reimagine tomorrow. Reimagine a tomorrow where we all stand together as one. Reimagine yourself leading an example for the children that will come behind us. Reimagine a tomorrow where we thrive because we are all alive. Be alive today. Ignite the fire. Ignite the value. Bring forth your whole self to the table and let love be your light. Guide as well as allow your heart song to be the trumpets of wisdom to your ears. Thank you so much, Dr. Riche, and thank you so much, Candace Boykins. Thank you so much to all of the services that you're going to provide, and I look forward to this weekend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. And before, I got a question before you go, Miss Candace and Mayor. What's going to be the attire for the summit, and what's going to be the attire for the banquet? Because I've been sharing this information out, and everybody's like, "Oh, I got to get my ticket. What do I need to wear?"
So the entire day, come in your cultural attire. That's what we're representing. We're representing our cultural attire. That's the day. That's the move. That's the air. So come on out and represent.
All right, fantastic. So, of course, we want you to have your final words of wisdom of the broadcast. You have
it's time for us to unite, ignite the fire, love on each other, bless each other in any way possible. We are living in a time where it's not so nice to us. So share the love, share kindness, share grace, share mercy. So come on out and be a part of us and just loving each other. It's unity time.
I feel the fire. So until we meet again, make sure you get your ticket to the summit and the banquet. Migrants Empowered presents second annual and Immigrant Experience. This is going to be an experience you don't want to miss. So until we see you tomorrow, make sure you ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We absolutely love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We'll see you there.
Thank you for watching the show, and follow us on YouTube. Ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
See you on the next episode of the Lotus Riche Ignite Show, where we're helping you to ignite and take flight in every area of your life.
And if you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at lotus@lotusricheigniteyou.com. Ignite your mind and ignite your life.